Well, folks are starting to show up here. Well, I'm going to just start introducing our gang today. I'm Andy Davis from Brattleboro, Vermont. I'm hosting today. It's a great honor. I see some friends already. This is the daily antidote of song, and this is dose number 843. I know every once in a while I need a dose of this event. It is always affirming. Today we have Kevin Ennis, who is going to be singing for us today. Kevin is from New Hampshire, and he's here with his voice teacher, voice muse, Amanda Munton from New Hampshire as well. And this is a program that we talked about doing for a number of months. And it's very close to my heart because it's really is going to demonstrate music is for everyone and every voice. And Kevin, what I've heard this morning, I'm already moved to tears. Kevin, you're an amazing singer. So I'm going to start off also welcoming our Facebook friends who are here on Facebook Live, as well as those of you who have jumped into the live room here on Zoom. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of do a little welcome. This song popped into my head as I was wiring up my machinery. I taught music for many years, and I used to use this occasionally to welcome everybody to class. And I'll start with Jaden, our tech person, who we really appreciate. Hello, Jaden. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Amanda. Jojo too. Hello, Ann and Deborah in Kentucky. Hello to the curly tops, we couldn't do it without you. Hello to Jenny, she's across the pond. Hello to Cricket and Susan in Seattle. Hello, Annette and Bob and Arlene. Hello to Dan, we're glad to have you here. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Mary and family. Hello, James Harkless down in D.C. Hello, Becky, Dawn, and Leanna. Hello to Ruth over in Birmingham, UK. Hello, Susan. And I've got something in the way of my screen. And hello, Kathy. Hello to Caroline and Christina in Berlin. That's a new one for me. Awesome. Let's change the page. Hello, my friend Storm. Hello to Andrea. Hello to Kat and Deli and Julie. Hello, Luda and Kathy in Virginia. Hello to Pat and Kate in Charlottesville. Hello to Ralph and Bonnie in Idaho. Hello to Sarah, we're glad to have you here. Hello to Kate, who's wandering somewhere. Hello to Julie and Cliff in Vermont. Hello, to Al, my dear friend. Hello to Martha. Hello to Bob, his bear, and to Martha. Hello to Gary. Hello to Harriet. Hello to Jane and Bob in Rockville, Maryland. Hello, Nancy. Hello to LMG. Hello to Marcia and Sarah Hardigan. And I think we might have one more page here. Hello. Oh, I think we did that page. Have we got? No, where am I? It's so hard to keep track of where one is on Zoom. I think we have hello to Phil and Shizuka in the UK. Hello, Loriana, Kachina, and Courtney in Vermont. And I think I got everybody. Apologies if I missed you. This is a fantastic group. as always, on the Daily Antidote of Song. So we'll move right in and introduce Kevin. And Kevin is here. This is a two-person show today. We have Kevin and his voice teacher, Amanda Munton. And Kevin, what town do you live in? I know you live in the beautiful state of New Hampshire.
I am in Northampton. When I'm not at my own apartment in Portsmouth, but right now I'm in Northampton. Um, and he asked me what sort of an introduction I needed, and I said, well, I don't really need much because I think almost every single person in this room has had some level of interaction with me. Um, this is day number. I tried to calculate the days that I've been coming, but I have lost count. Um,
Well, Kevin, this is day 843.
this is day 843,
that
and
is a very
that's
warm sounding number. And would you like to introduce, tell us a little bit how you got in touch with Amanda Munton and how long you've been working together?
sure. So Amanda and I have um been working together for 15 years now. I have the record of being actually Amanda's longest running student, with a couple of breaks in between. Um, but I have been working together for 15 years and enjoyed every single moment of it. Um, we've had a lot of really deep connection over the years, and I think today's song uh, really encapsulates that, and also really encapsulates a lot of the things that the world has been going through lately. Um, so
Kevin, why don't you tell us the song that you chose and maybe a word or two about what drew you to the song, and then just so folks know what's going to happen, Amanda's going to go over the melody, which may be familiar to many of you, and then we're going to have a presentation of the song by you, Kevin, and that's something I'm looking forward to. But what drew you to this song, and what song are you going to be sharing with us today?
So our song for today, as Andy said, is very well known to all of us. Our song for today is "We Shall Overcome," which is a very special song to me, not only because of the the title, but because of some of the things that I've had to overcome in my life, and I love singing this song because it's just so, it's very personal to me. And when I first heard it, which I was trying to remember when it was, I think it may have actually been on here, um, but ever since I've heard it, it's been probably one of my favorites, and Amanda and I have worked it pretty extensively. We use it in a lot of our lessons as a warm up if that's not the main song that we're working on, which happens to be um, the case now. But
Well,
without.
Kevin, can I say one thing, Kevin?
Sure.
When we talked before the broadcast went on, it really struck me that this song is both a very public song and a very personal song, and it's truly a universal song. I think people have many meanings to it and express many things, and I know that when I was teaching music, I never found a group of children that did not immediately connect with this very very intense feelings of this song, even if they didn't know the history of it. There's just the melody, the structure of the song and the aspirations it expresses. So um, maybe we should move on, Kevin, and have Amanda go over it, unless you have something
Yes,
else you'd like to add.
absolutely. That's what I. That's what I think we should do. So let's go ahead and do that.
Fantastic. So let's look at it. The great thing about this song, We Shall Overcome, is it's a strophic song, which means that we have a lot of repetitive verses. So if I teach you the first verse, that means you're going to know all of the verses. One of Kevin's favorite things to do, though, is at the very end, he likes to take a nice high note. So I'll show you what he does, and you can give it a try too. One other thing you should know about this song in this particular version we're going to do, Kevin is a tenor, and so he has lots of high notes in him, but he also, this song, because it's for a tenor, if you happen to be a treble voice, it may feel a little bit low to you, but it also, if you sing it up the octave, it may feel a little high to you. So I just want you to choose wherever it is most comfortable for you, and if that means you want to sing one verse low and you want to do one verse high, that's totally fine too. So I'll model both of them for you. The high is going to be pretty high though. So the first verse sounds like this. Oh, sorry, we're here. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe. Here comes a low part. We shall overcome someday. Wave your hands if you got the low note. No, I see some people like, no, I didn't get that low note. Okay, so we're going to do that again, and you're going to see how high this one goes. I apologize for your ears at the high part, but if you want to sing up the octave, you can try that. We'll do the first verse one more time. So we're up here now, if you want to try it up high. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. And now, before we do the whole song, or before Kevin leads the whole song, I'll show you what he does. He likes to do at the end, and if you want to join him at the end, instead of doing the "we shall overcome someday" and going down, he does "we shall overcome someday" up to a nice strong high note. Kevin, are you going to be doing that today?
I haven't decided yet. But
Okay, well, if he does, you can do whatever Kevin does or whatever you feel moved to do.
we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, hand in hand. So we'll walk hand in hand someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. So we shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. We shall. I could get my verses up. Hold on. Why did I go? Sorry for the technical snafu. We shall live in peace someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall, we, we shall all be free. We shall all be free. Free. We shall all be free someday. Oh, deep in my, oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall all be free someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall, oh, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Yay, Kevin!
Kevin, you have an amazing voice. I
Thank
just
you.
am so moved by your singing. And there was one moment when you sang "We Shall Not Be Afraid Today" that brought back an incredible memory of meeting an elderly man who'd sung this song through the civil rights movement. And when he was teaching it at a workshop I went to, he said, "I'm not singing someday anymore. We shall overcome today." And
Ooh,
he
that's
taught it with today. And I just love the way you mix that in with the traditional words of someday. That was really moving, Kevin.
thank you.
Totally moving. Anything you'd like to say, Kevin, about I loved your ending too.
Thank you. It's not. Albeit it wasn't as strong as it usually is.
You should hear Kevin do the national anthem. That's one of our. Whenever Kevin comes for lessons, we have some traditional things or usual things that we do. So we always start with a good warm up. We always go through. There's a couple of songs, right, Kevin? We have
Yep.
two anthems that we do. We decided to do the national anthem early on because I like to do that with all of my students just so that they're going to be singing that a lot in their life. So it's always good to feel like you know it well and you have it under control. So we started singing that. And then I noticed in my book that we also had the Canadian national anthem. So
We
we
have,
decided to learn that. We learned it in French
yes.
and in English.
No, we haven't done it in French.
What's that?
I said we haven't done it in French.
We haven't done that in a while, but I'm sure it's right there in your mind if you had the words. And then the other anthem we learned the Korean national anthem as well, because that was something that I had learned because I needed to do it for a performance. And so I thought, well, since Kevin loves the anthems, we might as well learn that one too. So we learned that one. So we usually go through our anthems, and then whatever song we're working on. And we do theory too. So a lot of times
Yep.
we'll do ear training drills. So I might do something like this. I might say, is this, this is a chord. Can you sing one of the notes that you hear? And so I'll play the chord, and he might go, la. And I'll say, yeah, that's right. So is that the bottom note, the middle note, or the top note? And then I'll play it again. Oh, I think that's the middle note, he'll say. And I'll be like, yes, that's it. So let's find another note. And then I'll play it again. And then he might go, ah. So that's what we call ear training drills. So it's a good way to kind of train your ear so that you can learn harmonies or just get better at identifying the notes that you're hearing. And then after that, we usually choose a song or go into a song. And Kevin is one of the hardest workers that I have. Like he doesn't just sing through a song and say, oh, that's great. We'll sing through it, and he'll say, you know what? That middle section felt a little bit hard. Can we go to that one? And we'll go to it and we'll troubleshoot it and make sure that he's getting the right breath that he needs in order to make the sound. Sometimes we have to alter some of the vowels to open bigger. Sometimes we have to slow down the breaths, things like that. And then usually at the end of the lesson, we'll sing through either the whole thing or as much as we've learned that day. But yeah, our lessons are always super fun, aren't they, Kevin?
Yes.
Hey,
They're always. Go ahead.
Kevin, have you ever written a verse for "We Shall Overcome"? Because before the program today, I looked it up and saw the list of verses that Pete Seeger had sung over the years, and he had a way of molding verses to situations. And this is a song that I know you can add feelings and words to this song. If you haven't done that, that might be something to put your mind to.
That might be something to explore, yeah, because I haven't done it for this song particularly yet, no.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And that's a nice impromptu thing, too, to kind of notice what you're feeling throughout the day. And that's what I love about this song is that you're right. It's a very universal message in that we all have things that we need to overcome, whether they be small things or large things. We can relate to it. And so day by day, just identifying, even, it could be a silly verse. It doesn't have to be really profound. It can be something that you're connecting to on that particular day. I love that.
Kevin, I want you to know that you're really getting a lot of wonderful encouragement and feedback in the chat. I don't know if you have that open.
Yes,
And people
I have.
also. You
I
found
have it open.
Yeah, good. I hope it makes you smile. I see it is. People have also put in some helpful links if you want some of the very interesting history. Even about 5 years ago, "We Shall Overcome" was put back in the public domain. So it's not owned anymore by anybody. The court ruled that it has just become such a universal song based upon earlier songs that it is no longer owned under copyright. So you no longer need to worry about copyright with "We Shall Overcome." It truly belongs to all of us. Anything else you want to say, Kevin? Somebody complimented you. I know a cappella singing can be a challenge, and you did some really good resetting of your pitch. And I was just very, very impressed by your, stick-to-itiveness and just hanging on to the song and finding your pitch and carrying on to a very wonderful ending.
Right.
That's a good skill to have.
we shall overcome, right?
We shall overcome, and you did.
And on that note, shall we have the chorus again?
I think we should. I think we should. Why don't you sing us a couple of verses, and then we'll wrap up today's session with a couple of other announcements at the end. I know a couple things I wanted to mention. So, Kevin, do you want to give a pitch, Amanda, and we'll take off.
Sure. So we're at we.
We right there.
Yep.
We shall overcome. We shall. Oh, we shall overcome. We shall. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I wanted to ask how many folks were doing some harmonizing, because harmonizing is awesome on Zoom and it solves some of the issues of, is it too high for me? Is it too low for me? I'll just find a harmony somewhere where my voice is. Um, I'm sure we had a lot of harmony going there. Um, You know, Kevin, Pete Seeger once, when I was at a concert, he said, how to sing harmony. Listen to what your neighbor is singing and sing something else.
That's great.
I know it's
Wow.
more complicated than that, but that is a wonderful attitude to have as you risk creating harmonies. And Zoom is awesome for that. Um, I know that Kevin knows my daughter, and I wanted to just put a little mention that there's a Rock Voices. Rock Voices is a organization here in New England, and I know it's spreading across the country. It's based on doing popular music, rock music. There's a concert in Brattleboro, Vermont, and all over New England in the next week or so in a town near you, if you're anywhere in New England. I think of it with you, Kevin. You would be very welcome in a Rock Voices choir. It is a choir for everyone, and it's just a glorious sound, a live rock band, and 80 to 100 voices. And there's one this Friday that my daughter Emma, who's been on Daily Antidote of Song before, is singing in Friday night at Brattleboro Union High School. Go to Rock Voices. I think we're going to get it in the chat here.
It
I can
already
put
is.
it in.
Thanks,
It's
Jaden.
good. If you go there, you'll be amazed at how many communities have a Rock Voices choir. And that is one of the most just accepting and warm communities of song that I know of. And we've been rehearsing in masks and doing all the protocols and doing our best to be responsible in these challenging times. And Amanda Munton, I think, has her website up there. Amanda does all sorts of amazing things through the University of New Hampshire and her own studio and her own work as a vocal coach. Anything else you want to say, Amanda, about your work?
Yeah, I just am so grateful to have the student body that I have coming. This here, what you see behind me is my home studio, where I have a lot of community members, very beginners, all the way up to semi-professional, professional singers as well. And then my University of New Hampshire students are, doing a fabulous job becoming the future music educators. So very
Well,
grateful.
thank you, Amanda, for all that powerful work in music education, because that's a lot of the hope of the world is dependent upon music educators, I
Well,
think.
thank you for having me today. I always enjoy being here.
And thank you, Kevin. Any final words you would like to share, Kevin, before I thank everybody for coming today and sing us out with our goodbyes? Anything you'd like to add, Kevin?
So, you guys will see me Friday back in my regular seat of day counter. Um, but I look forward to the next time that I'm able to share another song with you guys. So thanks very much, and I will see you on day 845.
All right. Well, thank you, Kevin. Let's give Kevin a big round of applause for joining us today. And thank you to those of you who tuned in on Facebook Live, those of you that are here in our Zoom room. And I look forward to seeing you all another time. And I guess we'll just do a little sing it out. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If there's anybody out there who thinks I have, please speak up. This is a community effort. Goodbye, Kevin. Goodbye, Amanda. Thanks for leading us on day 843. And goodbye, Annette. And Anne and the curly tops. Goodbye to Deborah and Jenny in Suffolk. Goodbye, Cricket and Susan and Arlene. Goodbye to Dan and Kevin in D.C. Goodbye to Mary and James and Becky. Goodbye to the Mama and Papa Curly Tops and Ruth in Birmingham. And goodbye to Susan and Kathy and Caroline. Goodbye to Christiana in Berlin. And Storm, we're glad you're here. Goodbye to Deli and Julie and Kathy. Goodbye to Pat and Kate in Charlottesville. Goodbye to Ralph and Bonnie and Sarah. Goodbye to Cliff and Martha and Gary. Goodbye to Bob and Nancy and Kat. Goodbye to Phil and Shizuka in the UK. Goodbye, my friend Al. Goodbye to Jamie. Goodbye, Luda and Andrea in Chattanooga. I was just in Chattanooga, down at the Brasstown Folk School. Goodbye to Bob and Bear. Goodbye, Jada, thanks. Goodbye to Joe and Juana in Tejana. Goodbye to Harriet, LMG, and Marcia. Goodbye to Sarah, Loriana, Kachina, and Courtney. Goodbye to Jane in Maryland. And goodbye to everyone. I hope I see you soon. Keep on singing. Thank you all very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.